How may I help you? The proprietor inquires. Will that be all? The proprietor asks. The woman tells you she's so terrified of what might happen if the dragon attacks the town. She hasn't been able to eat. Welcome to Nexton, hails a man. You try asking the man if he knows anything about the dragon. The man's eyes widen. He leans close, cupping his hand to his mouth. Welcome to Nexton, he whispers in your ear. The man helpfully advises you take the opportunity to purchase equipment and curatives while you are in town. A woman sits hunched over by the side of the road. Upon catching sight of you, she calls out for your aid. She's sprained her ankle and needs you to take her to the nearby apothecary. You try to lift the woman into your arms, but the weight's too much for you to bear. You lay the woman back down where you found her and mutter a quiet farewell before turning to leave. Upon seeing that, Melanie snaps. What kind of person are you? We've got the dragon to worry about, you say, like an insensitive jerk. Ignoring you, Melanie gingerly helps the woman up. Mar bends so the woman can get on his back, and the two of them head off in search of the apothecary. You watch them walk away for a moment before following, complaining to yourself about what a waste of time this is. You arrive at the apothecary. After taking a curative, the woman begins hopping up and down. Nothing holds a candle to Ivory Order medicine, she beams. She thanks you and pulls something from her breast pocket. You've helped someone, albeit not quite out of the goodness of your own heart. It might be a good idea to do that again, should you come across anyone else in need of assistance. If you do, I'm sure something good will happen. Nothing holds a candle to Ivory Order medicine, proclaims the woman, swigging this curative and that. It seems the majority of the world's medicine is made by the Ivory Order. Many people depend on it. That's probably part of the reason the Order has so many ardent supporters. How may I help you? The proprietress inquires. Will that be all? The proprietress asks. The girl says if you follow this road northwest for a bit, you'll come to Thriston. On your way to defeat the dragon, are you? The innkeeper inquires as you set foot in. The innkeeper gives you a room free of charge in a show of support for any and all who wish to defeat the dragon. The party leaves the inn feeling rested. Apparently, a monster researcher lives in Thriston and might know something about the dragon. It seems you've learned all you can here. Time to move on. As your eyes roam everywhere but the path you walk, you barrel right into someone. When you turn to see who it is, you see the Ivory Order trio from the castle. Winifred, are you all right? The sagely old man asks the woman, voice full of concern. I'm fine, the woman called Winifred replies. Thank you, Hedwin. Berwin, the old man calls, turning to their stoic companion. He jerks forward, as if to defend Hedwin and Winifred. The trio advances on you. How dare you treat disciples of the Ivory Order with such disrespect? They're the ones who ran into you, so if anything, they should be apologizing. We were standing still, says Hedwin, his calm tone belying the anger on his face. Muttering a half-hearted apology, you try to keep walking. But that's when you notice something in your hand. Looks like you accidentally grabbed Winifred's coin purse when you ran into her. Thief, bellows Berwin, drawing his weapon. Guess you've got to fight your way past. Rout the enemy. Don't worry, the coffin card is down, but they're still alive. The Ivory Order laid you out flat. The Ivory Order trio looks at you like they can't believe such a weakling would even try to hunt down the dragon. Taking pity on your ineptitude, the Ivory Order trio uses their magic to heal your wounds. We mustn't tarry any longer. To the monster researcher of Thriston with us, Hedwin urges his companions and the trio depart. Here to stay the night? The innkeeper asks the moment you set foot in the inn. Aimless wandering can be fun, but if you want purpose and direction, I'd suggest sticking to the path. You pick up a scrap of paper dropped by some manner of monster. It has a message scrawled on it in crude lettering. Clearly, whoever dropped this message did not want to forget where the stolen treasure. You stash the scrap of paper in your pack and resolve to keep an eye out for the treasure on your travels. Lying in the grass, you find an old telescope. You figure a look at the path ahead can't hurt, and pick it up. Peering through the lens, you see something in the distance, but all you know is there's something up ahead. You should be able to tell for certain what it is if you get closer. Figuring it's best not to go looking for trouble, you decide to detour around it. Still, you can't help wondering what that thing was. can't walk on water. Drawing upon your courage, you toss the janky telescope aside and charge ahead with your friends. But what you saw was only an old woman. When you realize this, you try to put on the brakes. Which sends you and your companions tumbling over one another into a heap on the ground. A concerned look on her face, the old woman hands you a bottle of medicine. You are surprised to find a merchant selling goods in a place like this. You decide to take a look, and the merchant welcomes you energetically. You're in luck. I have some rare items for sale, she remarks, lining up some goods before you. She begins closing her shop, saying she needs to stock up on wares again. It seems you won't be able to do any more shopping here. About the enemy. you spy a rather large number of monster prints on the ground. A wry smile plays across your lips as you remove the scrap of paper from your pack. You pull from your pack the scrap of paper you picked up just north of Castle Advent. You feel around in the grass for a few moments before your hand strikes something surprisingly firm. The scrap of paper tells no lies. You greedily open the chest. Let's do this. about the enemy. Nice work. You kick a rock down the road, muttering about what jerks those three from the Ivory Order are. Cut it out, chides Melanie. She warns you your anger will only come back to bite you in the rear. You grumble, but your sulking is cut short when out of the thicket leaps a monster. The rock you kicked must have hit it because it is really mad. Brace yourself for battle. Don't hold back. Excellent. Gradually become aware of a voice calling out to your party. Looking around, you spy an old man. You yank the old man free. Oh, while you're here, would you mind? It seems an old friend of his lives in Nixton, and he'd he'd like very much to see this chump. He says he'll make it worth your while. Will you show him the way to Nexton? You ask the old man about himself. It turns out he belongs to a wealthy family. Visions of lavish reward. You offer him safe passage to Nexton. The wealthy old man looks considerably relieved as the party sets foot inside Nexton. He reaches into his pack and hands you a pouch full of gold. This is to be. The next instant, he takes off for the center of town, shouting, "I shall be there soon, my love." And fight. You come across two men sitting on a rock. They take no notice of you or the party, but you can hear their fervent discussion. You listen in and deduce that they are a pair of thieves. You lean in, trying to hear what else the thieves are talking about. You catch pieces. I hid the goods. Head south just before the bridge. No, whatever ye do, don't go into the bewildering wood. It sounds like they've just told you where to find their stolen loot. You hastily grab a scrap of paper, write down what you've heard, and quietly sneak away. That was lucky. Something's catching the sunlight just so. You move closer to get a better look at it. You find a chest lodged in the hollow of a tree. Something about this feels familiar. You fish a note out of your pack. Sure enough, this is the location those thieves mentioned when you were eavesdropping. Quite convinced you've found their stash, you open the chest with a self-satisfied smirk on your face. Don't hold back. Nice work. It's pitch black inside the cave. Who knows what dangers lurk within? Maybe you should prepare first. Light can't reach the furthest depths of the cave. It may be impossible to proceed without a torch. You don't have a torch, but you can always buy one at the item shop in Thriston. You make your exit.